Dear Dad, one of the reasons I enjoyed Grandma, your mother, so much was because I knew your childhood through her. She would always recount her experiences, most especially the life you encountered as a kid, as an observer, as a mother. From very young age, you took upon the responsibility of raising your younger siblings, especially your brothers. You became the father of the house when your mates were still in standard grade or classes, to the point that you had to drop out from school to learn trade to support or further the family, since your father transitioned when you were still a kid. No child would envy your childhood, but you came out of it a great man at the other end, against all odds. I became aware of my environment knowing you as my father. You weren't always around because you were going around Nigeria building wealth for us, your family. You didn't want us, your kids and wife, to go through what you experienced as a kid, or at least something similar. Unfortunately, not everyone agreed or supported you on that mission, and they really made sure you didn't succeed. With every fiber of my being, I wouldn't wish anyone or kids to go through things my siblings, my dad, mom, and myself passed through. Your mother was my pal. On several occasions, I intentionally disobeyed you just to be with her. Remember when I used to leave boarding school every weekend to spend them at village with grandma, which you forbade me from? I was always a pain in your ass. Yes, stubborn to the core. As a teen, I couldn't live with your command, even though I knew there shouldn't be two captains in your ship. Your mother understood. After all, you weren't so different from me in your childhood, she would say. Which was why her burial changed certain beliefs in me because of circumstances surrounding that burial. She was your mother, and you were ready to swallow certain ill treatments from church to have her buried as a Christian. But I couldn't ignore them. I grudgingly participated in that burial ceremony, which, if it were to be today, you bet you wouldn't see me near that compound. You know me, your son. Well, I guess red pill moments do exist between fathers and sons every once in a while. There were moments, deeds, or discussions that have stayed between us till this very moment. I could still remember a red pill incident when I was in primary school. The usual verbal fights between married couples happened between you and mom. The next day, you walked out and no one saw you for about 7 days, and mom became very worried. Yes, my mother was very worried, sick. Even though there was a search for you, but I knew where you were, but kept mute. Because about 2 days after you left, you came to my school and then, during break, and asked if I wanted to go somewhere with you. I didn't even hesitate to jump into your Peugeot 504 GL, and you took me to where you were staying. We did some chores together at the place before you brought me back to town. School had closed at the time, but who cared? Even though you didn't ask me not to tell anyone, but those moments we have spent together, but those moments we spent together was father and son red pill moments that I didn't want to bring anyone else into the loop. You trusted me to keep those moments to myself, and I didn't fail you. It was learning days for me, because I remember when you eventually came back about 2 weeks later or thereabouts, and mom was worried sick that she never nagged you for a very long time. uh, No, women, even though she's my mother, but women will always be women. I remember telling myself back then that if I ever get married, I would always apply this tactic or something similar to put the wife in line. Little did I know marriage was not in my path, but it was a good lesson from you that being a father is one thing, but exercising that role when at gunpoint is a total different game. How can I forget that day at Oka when armed robbers invaded our house at night at, and pointed gun at you to comply or watch what will happen to your wife and children? I could still remember every detail, even though it took place sometime around 1989. The responsibilities fathers carry can't be measured, even though societies don't give a rip about that. Except I won't forget what you went through to keep every one of us alive under your care. You named me Ikenna. Whenever non-Igbos ask me the meaning of my name, I find myself satisfied with this physical life experience I'm having, because the name you gave me represents the true me, my lifestyle, my energy. In other words, I inspired you to give me that name because after my birth, even my English baptismal name you and mom gave me, Franklin, represents who I am, such that during my Catholic confirmation, I had the choice or opportunity to change or choose different English or Christian name, but I chose to maintain Franklin. So I appreciate you and mom for giving me the identity I wanted before I came into this physical body. However, I know I disappointed you when you changed our surname, and I stubbornly told you I would never change my surname just because Catholic Church or majority of Catholic members had issue with it. Had issue with that name, and they still do. The thought that you changed the name because of what other people thought of it fueled me more to stick to the name they despise. Good enough, I was old enough to make that decision when you made that change. Come to think of it, what I have been doing for many years now is exactly what that surname signifies. That is Udeawu, or whatever the name means. That now physical life is just a glimpse of who you really are, or who we all are. Everything is planned before physical life. In 2017, I visited you and mom while my mother was busy asking me why I don't talk about marriage or bringing a woman to you guys as a wife-to-be. You waited till mom was out of sight and said to me, you can still go back to seminary and be a priest. Respectfully, I responded, not gonna happen. Never. Every once in a while, people will say to me, you haven't met the right woman yet, so stop saying you are a monk. But whenever they say that, I will respond internally, I wished you met my dad to tell you who his son really is. The father knows his son better than every other man or woman, which was why my father knew his son, me, will never be married. He knew I say what I mean and mean what I say. He has seen or knew enough for decades I was under his roof. Of course, he knew mom wouldn't understand, so he had to wait till she was not around to suggest something else he liked, in case I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't choose any other biological father in this physical time-space reality than you, Dad. You are a perfect reflection to me. How horrible majority of Nigerians are. Yes, you showed me that reflection. You were scammed several times to the point that all your wealth vanished and was forced to move to a village to suffer till you lost your breath. Worst living things I ever encountered are human beings called Nigerians. Nigerians outside family scammed you of all your wealth. Then family and relations who were up close to your nose came forward and scammed you the remaining of the remnants you kept to feed on until you turned into a skeleton and gave up your last breath. And they are judging me for not being in your burial. They can go fuck themselves for all I care. Yes. They can eat your diseased body if they enjoy dead human bodies. But there are a few good Nigerians, notwithstanding, that I've met, even though I have been scammed as well and left homeless for about a year by same Nigerians. You are still my biological father in this my particular physical life, and nothing will ever change that. I will continue to honor, respect, and remember you in my own way, not as others think I should. I visited you and mom on 29th December 2018, and the state I saw you was painful to look at. I made my peace before I left on 30th December 2018 that it will likely be the last we will meet physical in this time-space reality. So when I received call on 4th January 2019 that you have transitioned to non-physical, I didn't feel bad, but felt good for you. I'm writing you this letter publicly or open to tell the world about you, that you existed, and I, Ikenna 351, and the Lion King, Monk, came to you in this physical time. Of course, we would later meet in non-physical to reconnect this physical, to recount this physical life over some years. Hopefully, they have Guinness start in non-physical community. We'll see how it goes. I wouldn't have chosen any other biological father in this physical life than you. For our co-creation was exactly what I needed. Other people in this time-space reality may see your transition into non-physical as a loss, but I don't. Right now, I'm having a bottle of Guinness Stout on your honor and respect. I salute you, Brother Samuel Ekwoba Ude Aguna. And this is your son, Ikenna, Lion King, Monk. And this is the end, guys, for this video, and I'm signing off.